Okay, so this summer I was going to be doing a 2,000 guy challenge, but unfortunately somebody is already doing it, and I don't want to like copy or anything, so I decided I'm going to do 5,000. I know I can do it and it's going to be really hard, but I'm not going to do it in one day. I'm going to do it in a span of like a week, but it's going to be, oh my gosh, I don't really know how I'm going to have this happen, but I know I can because I'm going to have a team plan everything out and have an itinerary. And also I am going to need a nurse on site because I don't want anything to happen like last time. So I am going to be needing as many men, so please share this with your friends, family, coworkers, whoever, to get the word out, because I really want to make this happen. And I'll have a sign up sheet on the one place that I do to advertise these events. So craziest thing, but you know what, it's my time to shine, so I'm gonna do this, and I might need some help.
I don't know what she's laughing at because nothing she said was remotely funny. That is the adult film star named Wisconsin Tiff. Okay. I don't know if she's actually from Wisconsin, but that's the nickname she goes by. And she's in her 20s, like the rest of these women in the video you're about to see. And she actually told you guys she's looking for participants in her upcoming 5,000 man gangbang in 7 days. She's going to go for a record of 5,000 men in 7 days. Just let that number sink into your brain. Okay? And I'm going to be going over several other women, including Bonnie Blue, who recently did 2,000 men in a day. Lily Phillips did 1,113 men in a day. And there's another female by the name of Annie Knight who did 583 men in 6 hours. So as you heard Wisconsin Tiff say, she's going to do 5,000 men in 7 days. What's so crazy is earlier this year, she did a 50-man backdoor challenge, meaning 50 men up her anus. And her and her friend Lily Phillips, who we'll get into in a minute, she's a British adult film star on OnlyFans. And they destroyed Wisconsin Tiff's anus so bad, she had to go to the hospital and get emergency surgery to get put back together back there. A woman, or no anus on planet Earth was designed to have anything shoved up it, but 50 sausages in that short a time frame. She's lucky she can actually still use it. She's lucky she was able to get surgery. And she said she was in a lot of pain and couldn't sit down for weeks.
Yeah, all these guys are going in our back door today.
So apparently those two women, Lily Phillips and Wisconsin Tiff is her nickname, I guess, not really even slept with, but had sex with 50 men in their back door in one day's time. It was like some event or something that they did. It's just tragic for them. It's utterly disgusting. And if you'd note, all the men, minus like the one who was waving his 50 tag around, were all masked. And you can only imagine why. There's so many reasons that they would be masked, and none of which are good. Firstly, they're probably married or in a relationship. Secondly, they could have a record and they could be pedophiles, they could be rapists. Can't say that word here. They could be terrorists, they could be gang members, they could be criminals. And above all of that, they're probably just horribly ashamed in some way, or they want to spare themselves. They're probably not ashamed because they're in line to do this thing.
I don't care why they had on masks. The fact that 50 grown men stood in line to go in and out of another woman's dookie hole is absolutely disgusting to me. That's disgusting. Okay? And I'm not even a person that partakes in anal myself. I'm good with a woman's mouth and I'm good with her vagina. That's all I need. Them the only two holes I want. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But to do 50 guys up your rear end for money, that's diabolical. The next OnlyFans chick we're going to talk about, her name is Annie Knight. Annie Knight is I think 28-year-old Australian native. And she's going to talk about her challenge that she did earlier in the year, 583 men in 6 hours, and she had to go to the hospital for severe bleeding thereafter. And what's so crazy, these women are literally destroying their bodies. They're literally having to go to the hospital because of these extreme, disgusting challenges that they're partaking in for a few $100,000 to maybe $1 million. I don't know how much they're making per video, but I'm surprised that it's a lot of men that want to watch this crap. And I'm not going to sit here and try to condemn anybody for watching adult films. I've looked at it myself, not this genre, just regular. The stuff I looked at is tame compared to what they're doing. I just couldn't find myself getting aroused by watching something like that. I'm not proud that I've watched adult films. We all know that PORN. If you're a godly man, if you are a mature man, you know that PORN is evil. It's bad for your mental, your spiritual. It's just bad all the way around. It's bad for your overall health, period. It's not good for your brain. But let's listen to what she has to say, and I'll move on to the last two women.
So you read 583 people in a day. How much did the event cost?
So it was actually quite expensive because I had about 5 assistants there, videographer, photographer, 2 security guards. I had to pay for the venue hire, the custom, the balaclavas, the wristbands, and just all the other like signage and stuff like that. So it ended up being about $10,000. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was actually so much money, but I've already made that back tenfold. So
Already?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, no way.
I think like people are just so keen to see this content. I mean, it's not every day you get to see 583 people rating someone in 6 hours.
That's so true. Good on you.
Now, she said that it costed her $10,000 to get ran by those 583 males, I guess, for the production and all the, props and everything. And she said she made her $100,000 tenfold times 10,000 is $100,000. So she said she made $100,000 real quick, which means that at this point she's probably made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of that event. And all I can say is I hope it was worth it, because once it's done, it can never, ever, ever be undone. So moving on to the next chick, we're going to be talking about Bonnie Blue, also from the United Kingdom.
To get this body count.
What is your body count?
It's coming up to 2,000.
2,000 men?
Yeah, 2,000. It is high.
That is Bonnie Blue, who said that her body count is 2,000. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, because I'm pretty sure she didn't lose her virginity on this particular episode of getting banged by 2,000 men. So she slept with over two. She just means that she slept with 2,000 guys on camera. Okay. So she's a female from the UK, like I said. And the last female we're going to talk about, I actually thought that they were the same person, her and Bonnie Blue. But the last person we're going to talk about is Lily Phillips. And they even got a song for her.
Lily Phillips, you got the nice bunda in the world. Lily Phillips, I want you to be my girl. Lily Phillips, you got the nice bunda in the world. Lily Phillips, I just want you to be my girl. Lily Phillips, you got the nice bunda in the world. Lily Phillips.
Now, irrespective of her lifestyle and her career choice, that song, well, that beat is pretty fire. I'll give it to whoever made the little track. But the number for Lily Phillips is 1,113 men in a day. And she was even kind of getting emotional when she was doing an interview with some, I guess, British guy who was interviewing her. And I'm like, what you crying for? I mean, this is what you signed up for. This is what you actually did.
Yeah.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet. God, I won't forget this day, Jesus.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all. I thought perhaps in years to come she may look back at this day in sadness, but not so instantly afterwards. She had stressed to me throughout my time with her how excited she was for this challenge and how this was her fantasy, so to see her so visibly upset at the end of it all was really sad. But my confusion was only added to in the days following our filming with Lily, as she announced to her fans that in February of 2025, she would be sleeping with 1,000 men in a single day to break the world record.
Last week I did 101 guys
Now, this was just the warm up, because in February, I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
Maybe what we witnessed that night was just someone overwhelmed with emotion after completing such a monumental challenge. Or maybe we saw the true toll this career can have on a person.
So that's the interview that she did. Well, that was just a snippet of an interview she did with some British media guy. And, you know, she getting all emotional, crying. And, you know, that's the consequence to doing this type of work. Even though she's a prostitute, like the rest of these women are, these women are still human beings. And they have souls. They have conscience. And they may have sold their souls to the devil, but they still have feelings. They still have a conscience, and they realizing that they throwing their lives down the drain. Now, when they retire from this type of work, if that's what you want to call it, there will be some simp that'll come rescue Lily Phillips and Wisconsin Tiff and some of these other women that do this type of work. Because Lily Phillips, in my opinion, is the prettiest one out of these 4 women I've went over today. She's not a bad looking girl. She's naturally pretty. She's actually a pretty girl. And it's sad to see her going out like that, and the rest of them. But this has been going on for a long time. It ain't nothing new. PORN and these extreme hardcore types of content, they just becoming more and more extreme because people are watching it, and people are contributing to the demand for it by paying for their OnlyFans subscriptions. And I gotta ask you, white man, I know white men as a whole don't particularly like this type of behavior from these women. I know that these are not the representation of the average white woman, but white man, you know that Australia is a European derived country. The UK is in Europe, and Wisconsin Tip is from America. So these are European women. Obviously, these are white women. And I'm not blaming you individually for their behavior, but you run the Western world. You run all these Western nations. And my question is, when are we going to have a backlash? Like, do we need to make the white man mean again? Because these women are representing Western culture, even though these are not representative of the overwhelming. I know the overwhelming majority of white women would never do nothing like this. As a matter of fact, in that earlier part of the video, I showed you a clip of a white girl calling it out, saying it was disgusting. And there are hundreds of millions of white women across the world that would call this out, from Europe to Australia to America to Canada. I'm pretty sure the overwhelming majority of white women think this is disgusting behavior. Now, white liberals, they may think these women should be able to do what they want to do. But after, what's the girl name? Wisconsin Tiff does her 5,000 men. Bunny Blue done did 2,000. Lily Phillips done did 1,113. And Annie Knight done did 5. That's almost 10,000 right there. And you know they're not done. One of them gonna try to outdo the other one. What's gonna happen when she say, I want to do a 10,000 man challenge in 2 weeks? Like, where does it end? That's my question. How much longer is this type of filth gonna be allowed to perpetuate in Western society? This is not who Australia and the UK and America used to be. You don't see this type of behavior coming out of Saudi Arabia or Pakistan or Iran. Because Muhammad them, you know, Khalik Ibrahim, Mahmoud them, oh man, they'll have a woman ready to be stoned to death in a matter of hours once they find out they doing that. Yasmin and Amina and Selah and Rahel, they in check. They women are in check. I ain't no Muslim. Don't plan on becoming one. But man, they wouldn't dare play with they Arab men, they Muslim men in them countries like this. This is why they call the West filthy societies. They call Western women filthy. Now them Dubai dudes be doing them women all kind of ways when they come over there. They be defecating on them and pissing on them and all kind of stuff for $50,000. So they really don't have a whole lot of room to talk, some of them, but those are mostly the wealthy elite Emiratis that's doing that. If you ever want to know a little bit more information, just Google Dubai porta potties. A lot of European and black, and it don't matter the race, but it's mostly women from Western countries that will go to Dubai and get smutted out. They be sucking on camels and sucking on dogs, and the Arab dudes are literally just do the most disgusting, humiliating sexual acts on these women because they look down on them because they're from the West. It's a real thing. But for the most part, Muhammad and Mahmoud, they're not getting down like that. They're not about that life. They that's rare. And most of them Arab men over there don't have that kind of money to pay them women like that anyway. But I'm just saying, their culture despises the West for stuff like this. They think the West is a representation of filth. And these 4 women, and plenty more of them, they're just not as well known. They are human filth. Let's just call them what they are. They're filth. They're disgusting. And I'm not. I don't have a dog in the fight because, you know, none of these women belong to me, just like none of these women belong to y'all. But I just feel like it's a bad look for Western culture that this type of behavior, this type of filth is a product of Western culture and our tolerance for it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If y'all got anything to say about the video, feel free to comment. Like the video. Subscribe if you feel inclined to do so. I'll catch up. Peace.